Hello guys, and welcome back to Power and Revolution 2020 edition with our Israeli playthrough here. Last episode was a pretty typical episode for us. We were just fighting terrorists, creating terrorists. We were getting back our popularity after doing dictatorial things that were necessary to stop the constant riots that come with being a democracy post Masters of the World Geopolitical Simulator 3, for those of you that don't know. Because in this game is where they added the rioting system, and oh boy, do they love it. To start this episode out, we had the law on the freedom of teachers has gone through, so now we are teaching complete indoctrination. That's always healthy for the kids. We have nationalized or denationalized something, and oh yeah, I also made a military cyber attack against Palestine. So, we are going to learn right now just how some things are going to work here. We're going to learn if the AI cheats in the UN, and we're going to learn if commandos work in this playthrough. Now, for those of you that hate commandos and oh my god, it's so cheesy, I only have 100 commandos. I literally could not win this war with this many commandos if I wanted. I only have enough to test this, not enough to win the war. That being said, I am going to test it.
We are going to attack this.
Yeah. It's not going to win the war because I don't have enough, and the Palestine has, in terms of just sheer troops, 2,700 troops. They would not be able to land fast enough to actually take the city. Which is why, I mean, cyber attack or not, commandos or not, I went ahead, I did this off camera, I put about 20,000 soldiers in Israel, the capital of Israel, Jerusalem. We were going to take 5,000 of them and move them to attack. We're going to enter the city from here, and we're going to take another 5,000. There we go, another 5,000, and do the same with another entrance. Split them into 2 stacks because it works better. They get to enter at like a doubled pace. Technically, it works the best if you just make 1 stack per 100 soldiers, I guess, or a few hundred, I don't know. They only enter in certain amounts, 700, 800. It seems totally arbitrary, or if that's the word I'm looking for. Like, there's no logic behind it. Let's go into the city. Our commandos are landing, by the looks of it. So, yeah, this never happened in 2019 for me. In 2019, my commandos were always broken. I was never able to use them. So this is definitely really good for me if I want to use commandos. That being said, at the moment I do not have the desire to just commando rush every war that I get into. We do have some of our troops entering the city here. Alright, 2 separate stacks. Nice. The commandos are just kind of dogpiling back here. I feel like we've already landed more than that, so I don't know what's up with that. Breakdown of diplomatic relations, that's to be expected. Now, for those that maybe are just tuning in for this episode and haven't tuned in for any other episodes, the main reason I did this was not only because I wanted to start expanding my country, it's also because Palestine is not in the UN. Why aren't my troops moving? Palestine's not in the UN. So theoretically, Palestine should not be able to call for intervention against me. I even loaded up as Palestine to check to see if they have this capability. I did not find this capability for them. So we're just going to go ahead here and rush the location. I'm not going to do it with commandos. That way none of you can complain about me using commandos. Oh, you're being so cheesy. I'm going to go in here with my soldiers and totally just let my commandos sit here doing nothing. How does that sound? We have cyber attacked the opponent, so they should be unable to do anything. Like, their troops are fighting back. They're moving for whatever reason in the city, but technically they are immobile until the cyber attack ends. Yeah. Alright, here we go. We are killing all of them. Good, good. So we're going to start taking the bunker now. Alright. No, okay, so don't move and attack. Just, like, move, you know? That doesn't work? Can you? Oh, you can. Even though it says wrong target, you can still move. Okay, good. So the commandos are here. I'm just going to let them sit there. So once again, that none of you can complain that I'm being cheesy, blah, 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 using commandos. I just wanted to test it to see if they worked. I tested it. They didn't fire a single shot. They didn't kill anybody. In fact, I think all they did was lose some of their helicopters, which I don't think really affects much. But now we know that commandos can be used. In the previous series, we kind of just used the commandos by placing them near where we were going to attack and letting the AI control them, because the AI would go after non-capital cities with them, and it would actually work for the AI. Do not go on the offensive. That gives the AI permission to basically control my troops. So apparently, we've lost more than our opponents. Let's see. Pretty small. I've never seen the UI look quite like this, but pretty small losses here. This is their losses. Yeah, they've lost 96. We've lost 204. So we did lose more despite the cyber attack. That being said, it is going to be a very short war. Wow, that is a warmongering penalty. Well, now we know what happens when we declare war. We get a massive, massive warmonger hit. This tells me something. This tells me I am right to go full dictatorship, because here's what happens if we go into a conflict where we do not have permission from the UN and the UN chooses to intervene. Every week, every 2 weeks, every month, I don't know, we will get that kind of warmonger hit. 25% was that? It was like 25%. And we would lose the game in about a month. Wouldn't even have to be killed. Wouldn't have to be losing the war. We just could not keep up with popularity dips like that. I have not seen anything that high in terms of popularity dips so far while playing the game. Oh, the AI does cheat. The AI does cheat. Well, we've proved it, guys. I have loaded up as Palestine. I have confirmed that Palestine cannot call the UN to issue an ultimatum against anybody, because they're not in the UN. And they just went ahead and called for an ultimatum. Well, that changes things. We're going to have to see how this goes. So Palestine surrendered, that's good. We're going to have to hopefully not have this go through. If it does go through, quite frankly, I might cheat to stay alive because the AI cheated. And if the AI is going to cheat, well, fuck you, bitch. But we're going to see if we can get through this without needing to resort to anything like that. I'm not going to reload a save. I'm not going to go back. If the AI is going to cheat and do something they're literally incapable of doing, you can load that up. If you don't believe me, load up Palestine, look at the UN, and you'll see they cannot ask for military intervention. They cannot do it. They do not have the button. They don't have the option. Which just proves that the AI plays by different rules. Well, let's see then. We need to meet with one of the leaders that likes me. Let's start with Russia. So let's change the date to tomorrow and see if we can already ask for some assistance in not being killed by the UN for taking over Palestine. I promise I'll be good after this. I promise. I will be a good boy. You don't have to worry. Russia, please just help me now. What else can I do to regain some popularity while I'm at it? Not a lot. Not a lot. Oh! And we shot the leader at dawn, because that's how the wars still end, I guess. We're going to integrate the country, and Palestine is now part of Israel. I'm sure there's some people in the comments that love that, and there's probably some that hate it. I'm just trying to brainstorm ways to fix the popularity while we see what's going to come of this. But yep, this is all mine now. All the refugees running away. Consto? What the hell is this? Some kind of bug. We got all their troops, which have seemingly upgraded to 2-star to match me. We got their solar plant. We got, a wind farm. They must have built this themselves. It doesn't even have a capacity. Maybe it will update later. I don't think I can can I deconstruct those? I'm not frankly sure. Can I onshore wind? I can deconstruct it. I might want to do that. What is happening here? Ooh, diplomatic breakdown with Egypt. No more ambassadors with Egypt. They did not like that. They did not like that war. Yikes. Okay. This is kind of interesting, isn't it? Things are heating up. least if Egypt declares war on me, then I don't necessarily have to worry about it. Just in case, I'm going to go ahead and change Egypt over here to cyber attack. I already have info on them, and it's not proving to be worth anything. We got a meeting with Russia here. Right, he doesn't like that. Okay, there is... I can't ask for him to stand up for me in the UN. That is weird. Well, we can at least renegotiate our military alliance a little bit. But I cannot ask him to stand up for me in the UN. That's so weird. In 2019 I can do it, but so far I haven't been able to do it. And it's already being... like, it's already on the agenda. Okay, so it's not on the pending resolutions, so maybe that's what I have to wait for. So I'll wait to see if I can notice it going to pending rather than demanding evaluation, and we'll see. Okay, guys, so this is great. So we just unified with Palestine. For whatever reason, our excess has gone up. Like, we're making even more money now. Our budget is better than it's ever been. We have a projected excess of over 3% of our GDP, our growing GDP. That's awesome. But the funniest thing happened. We just got a 24% hit due to poor public finances. That is a bug. That is not real. There's no way people would be upset about my public finances being better than they ever have been. That's just, we integrated, but the game poorly coded together how integrating works. Administrative field. Yeah, that's so... You can't actually increase the amount of people that work in the administrative field, so shut up.
The national defense does not...
So everyone and anyone is complaining to me about new things in the country, but look at that. A 24% hit due to public finances. Again, that is not real. That is not how this game works. That is not supposed to happen when your budget gets better. That's what happens if your budget gets extraordinarily worse. It got better. This is stupid. So I just got an alert telling me that we got more dirt on Eritrea. This time it's nukes that they purchased from... Now let me show you where they purchased it from. They purchased it from... here. Apparently they purchased 2 nukes from this little island that is a dependency of the United Kingdom. That is how I know that that event is totally randomly generated. And now that we've already seen that the AI does cheat, that it can cheat, we now know that that event probably exists for the AI to cheat, to acquire or start acquiring nukes. I'm not sure exactly what it accomplishes. Maybe it's just to give you dirt on someone. Maybe it's to spawn nukes. I don't really know. Also, forgot to mention, I figured out what that Costo thing was. It's this. It is this satellite. The satellite went into the city. Consto 1. Don't know what it does when it's in the city, but you saw it even shrinks. But that's what it was. It was this satellite going into the city. I have no idea what to do with the satellite now. I basically have satellites everywhere I want them, but I'll find somewhere else to put it. Okay, so this is funny. So here it says, request to obtain permanent member of the status of the Security Council against Israel on the Palestinian Initiative. This is a bug. They did not request that. You can't request that against anybody. That's not how that works. Also, it finally popped up that there is a resolution here against me for military intervention. Now, if you've watched my previous playthroughs, you know I literally I don't do things like this very much. This is a non-member of the UN. If a player is playing a non-member of the UN, then the player cannot ever request anything from the UN. Not money, not intervention, not embargoes. They cannot provide evidence. They can't do anything but ask for permission to join the UN. Palestine was not in the UN. I'm going to hold Palestine's AI to the standards of a player and use the DLC I got to reject this cheaty resolution here. Because this is it may have gotten rejected anyway. But I'm not going to go through with this stupid bullshit. This is the only country on my list to attack where they are actually not in the UN. Every other country near me, around me, or in my goals to attack it is a member of the UN. I will, of course, not do what I just did for those wars. I will, of course, not do it. Because that That would actually be cheating. That would not be fair. US discovered some kind of research. Can you tell that I'm annoyed at the developers of this game? If the bugs weren't enough that I was experiencing this episode, now I have proven that AI does not play by the same rules as a player and can do things that a player just literally cannot do no matter how hard the player tries in the AI situation. I don't know how that sits with you guys, but that really, really annoys me. What the fuck did we discover? Robotics exoskeleton. I'm sure it's nothing worth keeping. 2022, that's what we're looking for. 2022, robotics exoskeleton. What the fuck? I'm not seeing anything. Oh, here it is. Okay, it's for robotics, yeah. So that's simple. Let's just patent that. That'll help our economy, yada yada. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed that now that I've proven that the AI can cheat. Side note, I'm going to dismantle this wind farm. Not that I don't like wind farms or anything like that, but its placement is stupid. A solar plant would have been better here, and especially if we take over Egypt, this area will become more usable, and this area right here, if we just get rid of that. Because solar is much better in this region than wind power is. Yeah, damn right it was rejected, because fuck dealing with that shit. I don't know how many of you guys actually play this game, but did you realize that the AI does that? Is that something you knew? That is so stupid. I'd love to hear a developer explain to me why the AI can play by rules that the player cannot. I'd love to hear it. Side note, we just got a new location, and we got 2 new ones, actually. I'm just a little curious. Is there even a little oil we can exploit here? No, there's not. Yeah, there's gonna be no oil here. This one has no space for anything. It has an ocean area. Could always put an oil well out here. Or out here, except there is no oil out here. Sad face. But do you have a gas well? Because I have a gas pretty close to this. No. Alright, so you have no resources at all then, Palestine. Oh no, you have some gas over here, but we're not going to really be able to exploit it because there's nowhere to put anything. Because, well, number one, you put a solar plant. Okay, wait a minute. Speaking of another instance of the AI cheating, they built a solar... Okay, so I already thought it was weird enough that this wind plant was here. The game would never let me build something this close to an already established structure. But this solar plant is literally built inside of this city. That's cheating. The player can't put anything that close to a city. Anything I have that close to a city is already placed next to it. Well, not even that close, because that's not close. That's inside of it. That is retarded. The AI cheats so much, I want to punch the AI in the face, and I especially want to punch the coder that handled the AI in the face, because holy fucking shit. Could you make it any more obvious than having the AI place a solar plant inside of a city? No, I don't think you could. Unless I've just been missing instances of the AI cheating this whole time, then... I don't know. I don't think it's ever been so obvious to me. We did acquire the Palestinian Liberation Front, by the way. This is a new, pretty big terrorist organization with followers and potential fighters, so we're going to have to take that down. That's definitely more dangerous to us right now than the Russian mafia is. We have reinforced our cybersecurity. That's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and boost up spending to cryptography and cybersecurity. Oh wow, that's a lot of spending, but we're going to do it. Okay, well, we once again have to recover from the harshes of war on our popularity and stuff like that. And we're pretty far down there right now, so there is probably a couple things that I'm going to do that I should do. One thing I'm going to do that I don't know if it's going to help popularity, but we have an opportunity to continue building up our highway system now that we have all of these new cities and villages to build to. First thing I'm going to do is connect Jerusalem to the former capital of Palestine. It's going to take 300 mil over 5 years. Launching the construction, what do you think? A waste of public money. Really? Oh, I guess, it is a pretty tiny place. It has almost no one living in it. Huh, I wonder why... No, wait, what? I saw so many people running away from it, and you're telling me there was nobody living in it? the public finances basically just sorted itself out. So most of Palestine falls under the realm of waste in that case. Let's see how much. That's 361. I would like to get the rest of this oh, no, not to the airport. The rest of this connected if I can. 361, that's 342. It's cheaper to connect it to there. That's so funny. I'm going to build that one too. And what do you think about that one? Oh, we got a little boost for that one. Okay. Boost tourism a little. Allowing access to tourist attractions at its capacity, but we don't have any tourist attractions, so I don't know what you're moaning and groaning about. I'm just gonna go ahead and build up the rest of my highway system, or at least get towards it. That's 500 million over 5 years. Fuck it, dude. Throw it down. Yeah, met with criticism, waste of public money. Listen, I'm bringing you infrastructure to your cities, to your homes. And this is how you describe my acts of kindness? It's a waste of public funds? Well, fuck you. Now I'm just encouraged. 234. I'm just going to connect the whole country by highway. 234, it's the same. Alright, so let's build that going there. Let's build that going there. It's cheaper. Okay, well, the green is beating the red so far. Let's build that going there. We're spending loads of money, but this will reflect in our economy in the long run anyway, so it's fine. I forget if I already put this down. No, I did not. Okay, highway there to there. These towns are so tiny, and that's what makes this stupid. This is what secondary highways are good for, but fuck you, secondary highways. This is how I'm choosing to do it. Every city only needs to be connected once, kind of, to your little infrastructure system. Making several connections does help, but essentially one connection per transportation type, as far as I understand, is better than not. Espionage sad face? What the hell? I don't know what that's about. We'll figure it out. I'm going to build a highway going here. Confirm. And build a highway going here. Confirm. Great. Now that we've spent $1 billion over the next 5 years, I think we've accounted for all these locations. What the hell? Oh, Palestine had a single cruiser, and I don't think we can delete naval things. We couldn't in the 2019 version. Oh, we can in this version. Nice. I think it was a bug in the last version, or just something they never thought to add. Waste of money, waste of money. Very judicious choices. Waste of money. Okay. Well, we got a 3.28 billion cash surplus. We just passed over into a new quarter. Well, it's good we had a cash surplus despite my reckless spending. We got a new naval base from Palestine. It seems a little irrelevant, but I guess I'll keep it. It looks nice going up and down the coast like that. It looks fine. Oh, there's more. Not judicious. Met with criticism. Listen, your towns will develop much faster thanks to this. Trust me. We only have one rail, but it's going between here and here. So we may want to expand on our rail eventually. I'm being very ballsy by even building roads like this, but I do want to encourage my people to start driving more, using cars, yada yada, waste of public funds. Your mom's a waste of public funds, alright? Shut the fuck up. Let's go spend some money to make people like me better in a faster pace. Prevention and vaccine seems pretty nice. Yeah, let's get prevention and vaccine up there. That should definitely help with things in general. Death to AIDS has been going down. Seropositive has been going down. Alright, good. That was a very teeny tiny boost, and there was no debuff due to public funds or anything. I still don't know what that espionage thing was, but just in case, I'm gonna go boost counterintelligence some more, because something like that I feel like would be enough to cause the kind of hit that we just suffered. As for here, let's boost man, Wow, that's expensive. Let's just boost aeronautic again. It seems a little cheaper. Let's boost our aeronautic. We got access to all the staff and everything that Palestine had. It's all just been merged into my country. It's a very buggy process, which is why we saw that hit due to public finances. It feels like it gets buggier every game too, which is unfortunate. I wish they would just redo the system by this point, but you can't really encourage them to do anything they don't want to. These are very greedy French developers. I've gone ahead and I've moved the Secret Service network that I had in Palestine over to Yemen for the time being, just so they're doing something. France has had a little volcano eruption. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to try to acquire an alliance with France. I know it's going to take more than 10 million, so let me just... But that would be another one of the permanent UN members on our side, which, of course, I want for multiple reasons. Number one, to still try to get on the permanent council of the UN so that when we actually fight someone that is in the UN, they won't be able to get intervention against us, or just to have at least one permanent member vote no. I mean, if they all like us, then one of them must be willing to vote no, right? That's my thought, especially if I get a chance to ask them. And I do get a few days to ask. I wouldn't be able to meet all of them, but I could meet some of them, and then hopefully one of them would vote yes. So I need to get an alliance for that purpose. I need to get one with France, one with the UK, and one with China. France and the UK should be easier. Really, it just depends who has a disaster I can send aid to sooner. France started out as neutral, though, so this might take a little bit of work. Speaking of a little bit of work, maybe we could increase something else to raise our popularity, because it's kind of settled right now. Our growth has gone back up a little bit. It's still in a pretty good spot. What can we improve here? Okay, so this went down a little because it merged my budget with Palestine's budget. So let's go ahead and get these two back up to snuff where we had them. Certain stars may not be where they were, so if you notice a discrepancy, it's because of how we merged with Palestine, and Palestine was probably spending less overall than we were. So to get it where it should be, either under our budget or under the new combined budget, it moved the amount of stars. So some things may have increased and some things may have decreased. One time I took something over and my whole fucking powers of parliament changed. I just wanted to make sure that that's not happening again. Alright, still no go on France. We're 60 million in. It shouldn't be more than 100 million if I had to make a guess. Let's put another 2 stars into culture for the purpose of making people like me. Some into sports. Let's go to education. Dude, I had some of this shit maxed out and it's back down. It's just back down. I had some of it maxed out and not anymore because Palestine didn't have it maxed out. Alright, let's get those 2 things maxed out again. What the hell did we get? Space Control Center is on top of the game. Building on knowledge of satellites and space probes. Okay, we can have a space station or a permanent planetary base. Do not patent that. Thank you very much. Not at all. Let's throw another 10 million at France. I just want to see... I want to see them go dark green before we reach the end of this episode. So I'm just repeatedly sending money to them to try to get that kind of reaction. Alright, we're going to be at 100 mil. We are now at 100 mil sent. If they do not turn green, like dark green, I will be so surprised. Okay. They turned dark green. And the leader, not so much. Alright, we've just moved into another day. Is the leader there yet? No. Wow. Fuck you, Macron. Here, fine, you greedy ass pigs. Take another 10 million from my poor back. From my poor empty wallet. Attack against Benny. Okay, the Palestine Liberation Front is trying to kill people. That's no good. We've infiltrated that since 10/19. That's this month, I guess. Yes it is. France, are you there yet? No, I want to fucking kill you, Macron. Take another.
In light of recent events.
Okay. I guess when they fail, they lose some of their influence. I guess that's a thing. Go into another day. Check him. Wow, still nothing. Another 10 million. This is more expensive than making Russia like me, and Russia is fucking gigantic. It's just the president, too. The president is the only one resisting my charms. I could be doing larger amounts, but I'm trying not to do too much. I just didn't expect it to take so long. So Macron does like me now, so we are going to make a meeting with him ASAP so we can get that going. And apparently there's a conflict between Sweden and Russia, of which only one person has died. It's a jet. What the fuck? Well, it's not a war at the moment. It happened somewhere over here. That's really weird. I don't think it will lead to anything. The AI has weird conflicts that just happen because the AI is dumb and stupid and doesn't think before it does stuff. I wouldn't get too excited about it, but that is a nice full episode. We have enough footage. This has been a very aggravating episode to record due to the cheaty, scummy AI and the stupid developers that either don't think their actions through or they think more about how to skip doing work than actually making things fun. Hey, look, they added a little symbol to show when transportation stuff is being made. They didn't have that before. I wonder if it's been over this stuff too. It probably has been. I'm just now noticing it on the cities. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next episode.